Well, what's in this little box will change your truck bed forever. Well, you guys know I change how I organize my truck so much as I change my truck, to be honest with you. But you know, as I evolve and I do different things at different times of the year, I like to change things up. So you guys know I usually run the deck drawer system. Right now, I'm currently not running that. I just took it out of the truck for now. It's so easy to take out. It's not a big deal to put back in when I need it. But right now, I'm going light. During my move, getting ready here on Rice Acres, I wanted just to be able to have my full use of the height of my bed. So I took the deck drawers out just for now, just to be able to move a lot of things. And I'm just running the, crossover toolbox right now. But when I'm moving things around in my bed, I'm always just, I got plenty of tie downs, but it's just so time consuming, I guess I could say. Not being lazy, but it just takes a lot to, strap everything in. So I looked into this system called TMAT. Now, TMAT I saw years ago when it came out, and I'm like, I thought about it for the years, but how I organize everything, I just didn't want to currently do it at that time. But now that I'm running the open bed in my truck, I wanted to check it out. And what TMAT is, a whole bunch of parts in here, is this little 12 by 12 3D printed square, and they lock together. So they're able to ship your whole bed in this little box with your accessories. And the one I got has drain holes. What you can do is they have little blockers, heavy duty, light duty. They got ones for buckets. They got even ones really cool now for your Milwaukee pack out, or even any of your rolling totes that are out there with the wheels. They have a wheel kit that you can put your pack out or your Klein mod box, whatever you're running out there, against this wheel kit, and then put the blocker in front of it, and it holds it from rolling around in the back of your truck, which is pretty cool. So this is going to organize the bed of my truck very simply and very cost effective. And it's also the way it's done. I'm hoping it's going to work with my mat I have in my truck right now. It operates as a bed slide. Now you can't slide it all the way out past here, but you can bring this mat probably, let it hang out to about here. Basically get to about 1/3 of your bed. So if I have a cooler back here, which I'm going to show you guys later here, I can pull that cooler out, pull this bed, the T-mat out to like the edge of my bed here, be able to reach my cooler a lot easier. So it's a bed slide as well. Not saying it's a full bed slide where you can extend it out, but between being organized and having the ability to have kind of a bed slide very cost effectively is a good thing for me, because we know bed slides, they're heavy. You have to bolt them to the bed of your truck. They're pretty much in your truck or out of your truck. There's like no ins and out. This, once you get this together, if you don't need it for the day, you can just take it out, lean it against the wall of your garage, and just have a normal bed again. So it gives me the ability to have a bed slide, be able to organize at a cost-effective price, and not have a bed slide in there that you can organize your bed slide, but then at the same time that's all in the back of your truck. So this is a combination of everything. Another good thing about this, and you know how I am with USA made products, I try to use as much as I can. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do that, but maybe now with these tariffs, who knows, right? But this is made in the USA, and they have all sorts of accessories. I'm going to leave a link in the description to their website. You can go check it out. But we're going to throw this thing together. It goes together super fast. It just interlocks with the other pieces, and I'll show you how it works. Let's get all of these pieces taken out of the box here. I'll show you what these are for in a minute. This whole thing is a kit for the bed of your truck, the size of your truck. Comes with all sorts of pieces. The kit comes with some different blockers to start, like a starter kit. And it's really cool is they got these bucket designs now too, that these things just to hold your bucket, like heavy duty and like metal, which is really, really cool. I like that. Stick this paperwork underneath there for now. What's really cool about this stuff too is that you can drill, obviously not all the way through, but you can put like little screws in here, and I could mount my Milwaukee pack out plates to this, and it'll hold it stationary, and then at the same time I could slide it out to me. So you get all sorts of blockers here, and they pack this kit pretty well. You got lots of 12 by 12 pieces, a whole bunch of them. At the same time, if you don't want to do your whole bed in this, you can do a half bed or whatever. You don't have to use all the pieces. And what's also cool about this too is that, if you have an RV or an enclosed trailer, anything, you can use this anywhere you want. See, this is the adjustable one here, so this kind of clicks into place. Slide it forward, pull it back, press it against your box or whatever you want to hold in place. So we got two of those. We got a couple lightweight and a couple heavy duty blockers. And that's it. So this whole thing comes out. This is all going to cover my bed in this tiny little box. That's it. So you can see I got kind of a protective mat in my truck because I don't, you know, a lot of the trucks anymore don't come with bed liners, and I don't pay the money to put it in just because, to be honest with you, I think it's a waste. You got a truck, and the way I change trucks, I really don't need, you know, a full bed liner, so I just usually do the mats. So I'm hoping this will work on top of this mat and still slide because I have some ribs in this. If not, I'm going to take this mat out that's on the bottom of my truck right now, and this will pretty much protect the bed of my truck. And this one here, because I don't have a cover on my truck, I got drain holes built into this, so it'll drain out when it rains, so these things don't fill up with water and just, you know, stay there with water. And like I said, when I'm done, I can pull this out for the day if I need to, and I can pull this out, clean my bed. But all you got to do is you got these ribs here, and you can see they just interlock together. Just slide together and just beat them down. You can use a rubber mallet, and you just start putting them in your bed. And then you have the little filler ends to put on the ends and all that stuff. And they also have a ramp kit they came out with, which is gives you like a finished edge here at the end. It has a slight ramp, and it's also got like two handles built into them, so it's easier for you to slide, you know, grab this and slide out. I could just grab these open holes and pull it out, but that gives you a finished look. I may add that to this TMAT system down the line here, and I probably will get some of those heavy duty bucket holders that they have, and they just lock in. I think they actually have little kits to fill this in, and you screw through it, and it has like a bolt, you know, almost like a, you know, hardware to mount it to your TMAT. Or you could just drill into where, you know, you don't have these open X's or T's, whatever you want to say, right? And you can just drill into these right here and just mount all sorts of accessories. I think I will mount some pack outs to this, pack out back plates, and I can hold this right onto there, and it'll hold my pack outs from sliding around too. So we're gonna get this together real quick, and I'll show you the finished product here. So you can see to make up the difference at the end of my bed, they gave me some of these 2x2 size. What I'll probably do is spin this mat around and put these smaller pieces at the end where I'm not really like mounting anything underneath my box, just because it's going to be a little floppy, you know, when I'm holding this and trying to pull it out. I figure I'll put those at the other end. And they also give you pieces down the side because they don't want you to have any more than 2 inches of gap between your wheel wells. This way, when you have things on here, it doesn't start to, you know, slide around like that. So we could run one piece down the side to make the difference up, but I think the way my mat is and my wheel wells is, I don't think I'm going to need this, but I am going to spin this whole mat around. And you could fill in like little corners here. You know, if you wanted to fill in this spot right here, you could add these on the end, you know, maybe right here at the end or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to need them. Just having this mat right here in the middle and be able to tie down right here and keep things from sliding around is going to be a big plus. And it actually looks kind of cool having my bed look like that. You can see how easily that was to take out, spin it around, and put it back there. Same thing is going to be when you want to take this out of your bed. You just take it out of your bed, leaning against the wall of your garage, and you just have a normal bed back again. But I like how it looks. I'm going to show you how this whole thing works because I carry a lot of coolers and a lot of buckets. You know, buckets for fishing, cooler for my drinks when I'm out there on the water. And you can see this whole design here literally just fits into these same grooves that you have in front of you. And you just beat them down, and that holds things against, you know, each other. You can stick ones on, you know, use this in the corner for your buckets. You can just stick up this here around the corners and make almost like a semi kind of round thing to hold your bucket in place. So this is just a starter kit. It doesn't have all the pieces with it, so I'm going to probably get some bucket mounts from them, the heavy duty ones that I'm going to mount to this, and it'll be really particular areas where I keep these buckets. So if I want to keep a bucket right here at the end of this TMAT, all I would do, definitely sticks in there hard, which is good so it doesn't move out, is you just take this, right, stick one there, stick one on the other corner. We'll get up in here for you. It's my first time playing with this, so it's, you know, just like a jigsaw puzzle. But I would better just take this, stick that there, and then they got these adjustable ones. Really probably better if I stick this here in the back. They're a snug fit, so you don't have to worry about these things coming out, popping out while you're driving. But then just slide this forward. Now your bucket's locked in there. It won't go sliding around. You know, if you spin it around and it stays in place. But you get the concept of what you can do. And all these extra accessories are very inexpensive. But I like that bucket one for sure. So for my cooler, I'll probably just stick them on the back corners here, these HD blocks. Rest that against the corner there. Rest against the corner here. And then we'll stick an adjustable one right here in the front. It's going against those blockers, you know, it's going to stay at a certain point and not slide around. You can see how cool it looks up here. And this, like I said, this one has the drain holes, so the water will just fill this up, which is starting to get cloudy. The rain's coming, and it'll just drain out and drain underneath the TMAT itself. But just a very, very simple solution to be able to hold your cargo in place. So if you have a cover on your bed and you have a bunch of gear, you know, a bunch of tackle boxes, you could lock everything in place. And then when you need it a little closer, like right now the cooler is really far away, I think I will get the finishing edge here with the built-in handles, but I can just grab this here and I can just slide this whole thing out, get to my cooler, do what I gotta do, and then slide it back. And that cooler is loaded with ice too, and drinks, so it's not like it's lightweight, guys. But once again, want something to get closer, just like that bucket, I could slide this out, and you can see how it's overhanging past the tailgate, and it's okay. You know, I wouldn't go out too far, but you could definitely go out a little bit farther, and depending on how heavy you have at the end here, and be able to get things closer to you and be able to reach it in your bed without climbing in. Almost like the same concept as a drawer slide, or even having a deck drawer system like I used to have, you know. Slide it back in. Now everything's going to stay where it needs to stay without sliding around. Because the solution is so simple. It's like one of those things like, shoot, why didn't I think of that or come up with that? You know, we're always looking to organize and improve our truck beds, especially us who carry tools, gear. I really think the wheel kit for your pack out or whatever, or your mod box from Klein would be a cool thing. You just put them in, your wheels line up to the back of the wheels hold in place, and you can just take a blocker or the adjustable blocker, push it against your box, and it's going to keep it from sliding around. And with that wheel kit that you can get, the, you know, almost like wheel chocks, you know where it's going to go every time. So you just slide it back to those wheel chocks, put your adjustable blocker against it, or a regular blocker. You can either do the two corners or adjustable right in the middle, and it'll hold your toolbox from, you know, especially the ones with the wheels, floating around. And if you get a bunch of dirt in the bed of your truck or whatever, and you got to clean underneath the TMAT, just slide it out, lean against the wall, clean out your bed, throw it back in. Like I said, it's just one of those easy, simple solutions to be able to keep your gear in place. The prices of truck gear out there now, just everything. I'm looking at other items out there right now in the market, and it's just everything is thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is very cost effective. I'll leave a link in the description. This kit right here was like $379. You're not going to be able to find anything for $379 to be able to do what this does. And like I said, if you have a cover, it just keeps everything in place and then obviously dry. I'm not a big fan of covers just because I just throw so much stuff in and out of my bed, but I do throw a lot of like buckets in my bed. I mean, this is cleaned out for the video, guys. I usually have a whole bunch of stuff sitting in here, and I'm always strapping things down and got like those spreader bars and pushing against the toolbox. I could have everything strategically lined up here, all my buckets, all my toolboxes, all my gear that I leave loose. You know, when I go kayak fishing, sometimes I throw things, you know, that's not in my trailer, or I just want, you know, to have it out real easy. I throw in the back of my truck, and things are just flying all over the place. This is just going to keep my totes and everything in place, and I can have some fun with it. But like I said, they want you to keep 2 inches, you know, no more than 2 inches of room in between your wheel wells. Now, if I didn't have this mat in here, this would be moving around a lot more, so I'd want to probably put maybe these strips down the side to take up that void. But with my mat I have in here now, that already takes up some room as it is, so I don't need to do that in my situation. But all of our beds are different. They have kits for all these different beds, and I'm really excited to have some fun with this. I will do an update video in maybe a month or so when I add a few more things to this. So at least I can screw into my bed, technically, of my truck, but actually screwing through my bed, if you get what I mean. Very simple product, guys. Very cost effective, USA made. and it's just something really cool that you can have fun with and make it your own. So that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll get back with you. I'll leave a link to their website, and you can go through all their things, see all the accessories, and they're continually adding more things. So just check back periodically and to see what they got going on that you can throw into your TMAT system and make it yours. So as always, guys, be safe on the water. I'll catch you in the water, or see you here from Race Acres, which is going to be a lot more of that, guys. See you soon. And one more last thing I want to add before I leave here is that this is plastic, guys. So don't be scared that if you have this system in your truck and you're like, oh, I have to load up some sheetrock, I have to get some plywood. Just put it on top. It ain't going to hurt this. I mean, it's going to take, this thing will take a lot of abuse.